Bringing these guys on board, killer time now.
Pull up if you want.
Cuerva and Blue Label are coming on with their heads, their intakes. They don't just make a lot of power, they look like a damn Rolex.
You're not doing anything right if they're not hating. They wanted to set a world record and he takes it that serious.
This is the trophies.
All the magic happens back here. So this is kind of the main CNC room. We got 5, 6 CNC machines, and then we got 2 over here that does all the OEM porting, which we'll be doing Blue Label.
Blue Label.
Blue Label.
We'll be doing your heads on that machine over there, and then it works its way back over here. That's the trick. Everyone just thinks go in, put it in a CNC machine, open it up, and you're gonna make power. No, that's only half the story. The biggest deal is valve job, and Chris is probably one of the best in the country, if not the best in the world at doing valve jobs, especially on the exhaust side. If you're making power, especially with boost, it's gonna create heat. You have no sufficient or usable power unless you get rid of that heat.
Of course.
And his valve job is like second to none. I mean, you saw the trophies anyway.
Well guys, we're gonna cut it to you this way. We're here for a reason. Frankenstein is the leader in the heads and the billet intake manifolds. So we're here because we're doing a partnership with them. We're gonna be doing, La Cuerva is gonna be getting heads from Frankenstein, intake from Frankenstein, and we're also doing heads and intake on Blue Label. Why? Because they're just the best of the best. I've seen it, it's proven, records. You saw all the trophies in the entrance. We wanted to get a full tour around their shop and show you guys their products, their machines, why they're in the leading process of everything, and basically just show you guys around. So stay tuned for this vlog. We got a lot of content coming up, a lot of details. You want to show them numbers?
Oh yeah.
We were going to talk to you guys numbers.
We can show a little bit
about why they got the best flowing heads.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So on a different note, we are going to have Frankenstein in Querétaro, México. Frankenstein está patrocinando el evento de Querétaro, México. En las carreras de los arrancones, we're going to have 5 categories. So van a tener unos trofeos bien chingones de Frankenstein, de Billet, bien mamalones. La raza de las 5 categorías, los ganadores se van a llevar esos trofeos también. Big thank you for coming on board for the Rolling Rod Fest Mexico. So they support Mexico, United States, the new shop coming up. Monterrey, ¿verdad?
Monterrey.
Weatherford? This is Weatherford here, right?
Yep, Weatherford.
And then el otro taller está nuevo en Monterrey, Nuevo León. De ahí soy yo. That's where I'm from.
So after valve job over here, cuts all the angles on the seats, and then once you assemble it, then you cut the angle on the valve. So that's kind of where the main magic happens.
All right.
After that, bring it over here, TC your combustion chambers, and it'll go on this old antique dinosaur of a machine, but it works.
But it works.
It works, it makes everything flush, it gets it down to the CC combustion chamber if you want 70 cc's, if you want 68. If you want to cut the 68 down to 58, it'll
make it happen.
Just shave it down. And then over here, it's not very fancy, but this is very important, especially for the LS7 guys and the Coyote guys. So a lot of the problems with OEM LS7s, there's a misconception that people think that the LS7 just drop valves. Well, one, you're putting a cam on something that was meant to only be 600 lift at most. Like a Z06 is like 595 on the lift side.
Okay.
People are going and adding these 630, 650 lift, not doing trunnion, maybe doing a trunnion, but even in that scrub path of that valve is now, or of the rocker is now coming up, and it's getting so high that it's pulling on the valve. Okay. So once it pulls it, the guides are it starts pulling on it, so it's stretching it over time with the heat. Just pulling, going past that scrub path, and eventually it gets off axis, so that thing will just wobble around in there, and then the head hits the seat, and then everything falls out. So we go through, push them out, push in new CHE bronze valve guides, and there's nothing fancy about it. You take a drill and you cut it to size. I mean, that's literally the fix. Everyone thinks it's some magical thing, and we just put a good guide in. That's literally all it is. I mean, LS7 is one of the best cylinder heads you can get in the LS game. So
learning a lot of new details today. horsepower details.
Yeah. Some 2x4s and a rod inside of an aluminum box with a drill. It'll save you a 427 every time.
So another thing you guys do that I really like is we don't need gaskets, right?
Nope.
No, O-ring.
So they do that ring here, and you don't need a gasket for your exhaust here, your hot side.
A lot of people call, so we have different styles. That's the LS7 port. Here we go. So this one's cathedral port.
Okay.
And that's what a lot of people don't understand about our F-Series. A lot of people want to go max effort and they want to spend this money and they're already using, I don't know, some other companies, cathedral port heads, and they got a nice intake. They got everything already set up. But they're about to spend $7,000 on a set of max effort heads that can push 2,500, 3,000 horsepower all day. So doing that, not only are we saving them from having to buy a new intake because, well, I want to stay cathedral because of this or what, you know, the bore size of my motor, maybe LS7 doesn't make sense for that. Okay. So we put a cathedral port into a head that's not only just max effort, but it's LS7 valvetrain scale. So you're getting kind of a hybrid. You're getting the best of the both worlds. So we got cathedral, LS3, and LS7 for the intakes. But the valvetrain and the rockers, everything is still LS7. Okay. It's just the shape of the intake. That's it. And we make these in-house. These aren't something that comes from, you know, China or somewhere like right
American
here.
made.
Right here.
In-house.
Eventually, we'll have Mexico made line too. So.
Yeah.
But Mexico's good at doing stuff, right?
Look, here we go. Dual 90.
Dual throttle bodies.
Yep. Dual 90 throttle body for, I believe that's the F-Zero. Yep.
Nice.
So it's our new F-Zero max effort LS intake.
This is beautiful. This is 290 millimeters,
Yep.
right?
And we make the throttle bodies in-house too, which I got a whole setup over here. I'll show you here in a minute.
Nice.
Damn.
Thank you, sir.
That's how you get them.
So, así empiezan las cabezas aquí.
God damn.
It's just a block. It looks like a cement block.
Pretty much, there's a little bit of a process that it goes through. So I mean, you have this process, and then you have this level here, which comes out of that machine, which is cubing. It starts cutting it, and then that's where all the fun starts coming in. Setting all the guides in, putting the push rod holes, the holes for the rocker system, the CNC porting, the spark plug holes. I mean, we do it all.
Everything is in machine.
Right here.
In town.
Everything. Chris and our engineer just, I mean, they've locked this market down. Like, people may hate on it, but I mean, you're not doing anything right if they're not hating. I mean,
Exactly. I've heard that plenty of times, right?
They're talking about you, so you're doing something.
If you offend people, it's for a reason.
There you go. So these are the solid deck, but still hollow. So if somebody wants to drill and cut a bung so that you have a circulator, if you have still circulating coolant through the block and you want it to separately go through the head, or you have a complete solid. So you go from 38 pounds with the water head to like 46 and a half, 47.
So it's 10 pounds heavier.
10 pounds heavier for a solid head. But
Those are the ones we're using on Cuerva.
Yep.
Solid head.
I get the weight is different. 10 pounds you can shave 10 pounds somewhere. Anywhere.
But you see, like, I really believe a head that has water jackets under a lot of power will flex.
Yeah.
Will flex. And a solid head will never flex. That's why we got a solid block.
You're going 8th mile. You're from the starting line, you're hitting it 8th mile and you're killing
Well,
it.
sometimes I like to drive mine to Walmart, to HB. This is
Billet blocks from China, but I mean, you see what it is.
I mean, you're just
heavy?
buying the material.
Yeah.
Look how heavy this is, bro.
It's heavy.
And that's just, that's just for a throttle body.
Oh damn! One of those.
Dude, this is at least, I want to say, what, 80 pounds or something?
Probably. I mean, you got miniguns. Look, you got. This is for throttle bodies. This is one for each runner. You got another one over here for that's valley trays. The whole engine block. The intake upper, the intake lower. Billet head. Those are pro mod heads, so but we.
Yeah.
Look at how beautiful this is. They don't just make a lot of power, they look like a damn Rolex. I mean, they're fucking shiny, they're clean. The finishing on this thing is just second to none. So it takes 8 hours to make one intake.
Just one set of runners.
One set of
Oh,
runners.
God
That's like
damn.
half. And this is, it's literally cutting cat hairs off that big ass block that we just saw to get it to perfection.
It'll take, I don't know, 5, 6, I don't remember how many different bits on each intake, on each head, but it uses a good portion of all of these. And it's got a big conveyor belt, the computer, you know, they tell it, hey, I'm making a set of solid F710s and F0 intake. Tell it what to do, you just load everything, make sure it's in there, and the computer does the rest. All the bits are on a conveyor belt, it'll pick which one, put it in there, and go to work.
I thought you guys were actually carving them by yourself.
I'm glad we're not. I may not have a job. They're normally a little bitty smaller than this, and this is just the engine building room and the control room. But this is our engine dyno. A lot of testing from, I mean, top fuel, big blocks, small blocks, Hemis, LTs, you name it.
So you guys test every product in-house, number to number.
We need to fix it. It's got a sensor. I mean, this thing's run on a Holly, just like one of your trucks would. Mounted on a wall, not a dashboard. It's all the same stuff, but there's a sensor somewhere that's, I don't remember which one. We're waiting to figure it out. But all this was redone recently. All the piping and cooling system was outside. The deep freeze came and got us, so it all busted and leaked everything and moved it inside. So we're slowly getting it back together, and it's kind of hard when Chris has been living in Mexico for, I don't know.
We ate breakfast with Chris in Monterrey. Big shout out to Chris. He's a good friend of ours now, and we're partnering up here for the long run, guys. We have a lot of content to do in the race world, and we're happy to be on board with Frankenstein.
Not to do yet on the dyno though, which we hope to do soon, and just kind of compare from OEM to ported to OEM with the OEM intake. Basically want to see what the Coyote's doing. We see what it's doing on the street, but we've never physically got like real numbers from the crank. And it's just, we just need a few pieces that we need to adapt on the dyno. But once we do, we can kind of figure it out and more fine-tune some of the intakes, which I don't know if you saw the intake that'll go on Blue Label. This is the intake right here.
That's the intake. So this is the one we're using on Blue Label.
Coyote.
Single throttle body, right?
Yes, a single 87 millimeter.
I like doing the slim top instead of the big tall top. Is there a difference in that?
Talking about like the chimneys?
Yeah.
Really, that's just a preference on, you know, like that.
Yeah. Like
So that's guys, if you're running, say you've got a $4,000 carbon fiber hood, like a cow hood, you take that chimney so that you can cut a hole and run it out the top. So if your burst panel does bust, it's not hitting with a force, which I mean, this stuff's, it's not thick, but at that force that it's going to be blowing out, you want to crack a fiberglass or carbon fiber hood that you just paid $4,000 for. So you put a chimney and it goes out. But most people, I mean, if you're running a stock hood or no hood, like, who cares?
I like this one like that.
Yeah.
It looks cleaner.
This one has to be on there. This is for the Proline Hemis. These guys are making almost 6,000 horsepower right now with the Hart's 140 millimeter Procharger, and you got guys doing twin turbos and they're in the threes. And
we don't have that level of engines yet. Notice how I said yet?
That's the big 4.9 Hemi. That's the new one. Kind of the do it all, finishing up everything.
Assembly.
Assembly. This is the intake assembly, which you can see working on the F0, which is the newest intake that has billet removable bells. It's been proven that it makes a lot of power. We did, there's a YouTube content and social media content out there. We did a whole dyno shootout from stock intake to Holly to throw anybody's name in the hat. We did it, and that one outdid it by, I mean, there were some of them that was 100 horsepower difference.
100 horsepower just on the intake.
Damn.
Just on the intake, bro. That's a big number.
We didn't change anything else. Same head, same block. All we did was pull the intake, optimize the tune. Some of them just fell on their face after, 6,000 RPMs. This one, we wrapped it out to 9,600 RPMs, and it just, the power was just there. Solid roller, naturally aspirated. Not gonna say the intake that it was, but it only made 863, and then we put that one on there, and it was 957. 7. So, and there were others in between those two, but the worst was a competitor out there, and they made 100 horsepower less. So
that just tells you something.
Pull up if you want.
So we're doing that on Cuervo.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what we're doing. So that truck's already fast, but it's gonna be faster.
So here's how everything comes in. These are all your OEM heads.
Oh yeah, like Shrek threw us some of these in the truck there in the back.
Yeah.
So we got those cores for you.
You see how filthy these things are. They
come in like this and they leave like a whistle. Like
I will show you. This is what you get.
Oh shit.
Wow.
God
They're like
damn.
new, they're ported, and this is actually a pretty unique one. This is going to be a world's first. It's a twin turbo, but the valve setup is going in this one. Not just the setup, but the material. No manufacturer had any of them in this material, so they had to custom make these, and it took a while. Chris, a lot of scrap paper, having to redraw all the specs for it. He'd draw one out, tear it up, throw it. They wanted to set a world record, and he takes it that serious. I mean, he spent 2 days, just hours, all day long, just doing the drawing and measuring. And I don't like that. Tear it up, throw it again. He takes this stuff serious.
They break records for a reason. So you guys just drop it in here and just shoot it there.
Yep. Just a little laser, and it kind of burns the top layer into it. We do it on all of our heads. The OEM heads get it. All of the Monster series get it. F series, those are a little special. Those actually get CNC cut. It's engraved into the side.
Talking about, see the laser? They put their logos,
on the
Thompson, on the top of the head, so this looks really nice.
Yeah, it looks clean.
And then the F series, being it's a max effort, and it's all different caliber of cylinder heads. We actually CNC cut into the side of it, so it's a lot different. We got a lot of people that request, hey, I want my M311s that are going on my 600 horsepower street car. Like, can you do this to it? It's like, man, we could, but no. I mean, you can buy F series, but that and the thickness here. I mean, we made these specific to be a certain type and not be competed with. So I mean, numbers speak for itself. The record speaks for itself. I mean, we just set another record with a stock.
You know, I'm gonna cut you off a little bit here. I've seen Wes at 2-3 events now,
something like that.
Something like that. So that is something that I feel like is badass, because you're out there racing. You're at the drag strip one night, and you see these guys at the racetrack with their eyes open, seeing who's doing what. You know, who has the right program, the fast truck, the slow truck, who has a mess. You know, and they're out there in the streets. They're out there at the track, hands-on, taking in everything that's going on. They're not just here behind a disc. I feel more comfortable like that, you know?
It's customer service, man. Sometimes customers just, you know, they're changing up a build. It's a new build. Hey, I'm this close. Okay, let me come to the track and help you. Maybe it's just a simple shot setup. Like, we're just seeing something different because we're at the track all the time. Or it's, hey, let's see what it'll do on the first pass, and then kind of just walk beside somebody like Shrek, somebody that really is on the keyboard, and kind of bounce ideas off of each other and get it to where it's at. I mean, we got a guy that's almost into the 3s on a stock block right now with these heads.
Oh,
Peter bomb.
Yes.
Peter bomb.
This close. This close.
This close. He has a 710 head, right?
Yep. Same solid 710. Same. Everything's pretty much the same as what you're putting in the
cat hairs into the 3s.
Almost.
Should we try and do that with Cuervo?
Try it.
I think we're gonna have to.
I want to see somebody do it. He's redoing his car and doing a whole titanium front end on it right now to lighten it up just a little bit.
Just a little bit more.
Made another converter change with Circle D and just refreshed the heads. Did some different valves. He kind of got a little wild there with using nitro. LS don't really like nitro. Big blocks love it. LS, I don't really like it. He did a sub 160 foot. It was like I think it was like a 09, 89 60 foot, which is unheard of in a LS. I mean, that's pro line stuff.
So that's crazy numbers.
But the converter didn't like it, and it kind of spun, and then the RPMs went up real quick, and it messed a few things up. But nothing he can't fix. We got him back right. He got all his other stuff taken care of. Now it's just a race to see who can get into the 3s. with an LS.
Yeah,
Not
LS.
just any LS, because there's LSs out there that can get to the 3s with the stock block and with an F-Series. We don't have any F-Series in the 3s.
Hey, good luck to Beaterbaum. I'm sure he's gonna accomplish it sometime here soon. We're gonna push hard too. We're gonna push hard.
Oh, I know that truck's got a lot of.
We got a lot of leg room. We're still not on high boost, to be honest.
I've seen the numbers. I've stood behind Shrek while he pounds on the buttons.
Yeah, we got plenty of PSI to go.
Shrek knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
So there's a new intake for Coyotes coming up, and Shrek has a big idea. These guys are going to be pulling out a new intake for Coyotes. Stay tuned. We will be shooting that intake as well. Right now we're going to use the one that was on the wall, but that intake is going to make some big difference, right?
Yeah. We're basically going to take the same concept from the F-Zero intake, which is the new one that you guys just saw over there, put it into the Coyote and see what happens. We know the results. I mean, 100 horsepower
It's
difference
proven.
just on the F-Zeros, so let's throw it in the Coyote and see what happens. There's only one way to find out.
I'm pretty sure we're going to do something big with that.
There's only one way to find out. Make our own throttle bodies in the house too.
Throttle bodies. I feel like I want to put one of these on a chain like the one Perrillo had on. Just walk around with it.
See, my Billet Harley Davidson. Them guys race some Harleys.
Coyote, Hemi, Proline, Big Block, you name it, they do it.
LT,
Yeah, there you go.
small block.
Oved has an LT you guys did, right? Yamas.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. We've done quite a few things for Obed. Not a lot of people know it, which that's our fault for not pushing it enough. But there's not a big market, I guess, for it. But we do a lot of BMWs, the new Supras. We do Lambos, Audi R8. We've got I think 1 or 2 different Porsche programs, McLaren 570 and 720s. We do supercars too. People just don't realize that. They just think we're LS guys. LS is just a constant cash flow.
That's right. There's just everybody's doing LS.
Everything else is where the real power and the real money is at.
Okay, so this is a trick here.
Kind of get this thing to where it's at. Not only do they thread in, but it's got a lock screw on the bottom. Literally what has made a difference between all the other intakes is just the runners itself. And so it's inside the intake and it acts like a velocity stack. Just gives you better cylinder distribution.
I just love the way it just
Screwed
on
in.
there. You lock it in through the bottom.
Yep.
It's billet just like everything else. It looks cool.
Nice.
Well, that's why Frankenstein is Frankenstein. So guys, I hope you guys liked the tour of the Frankenstein facility here. Big thank you to Wes for giving us his time, walking us around, explaining us how all these machines work, what heads are doing, what's the new things coming up for 2026. So we're very happy, very blessed to be on board with Frankenstein, guys. It's a big movement because the race program we got, bringing these guys on board, killer time now. That's it for this vlog. Stay tuned. Cuerva and Blue Label are coming on with their heads, their intakes, and brand new turbo kits. So we're gonna break records, bro. We're gonna do something. We gotta do something, right?
All there is
2026.
winning.
Winning.
Let's
That's
go.
it.